Charlie Woods' first AGA victory wasn't a feel-good fluke. That it was the loudest proof, yet, that he belongs among the nation's top juniors. Even the AGA Zone recap didn't read like a fairy tale. It read like a blueprint. Disciplined targets, patient course management, and a tempo that sharpened as the stakes rose. That formula travels. And portable wins, the kind you can take anywhere, against anyone, are what separate moments from momentum.so. File this thought away. If this version of Charlie Woods represents the floor of his game rather than the ceiling, then the conversation changes entirely. He's no longer the prodigy chasing validation. He's the contender setting new standards. Every start, every leaderboard, every finish will now be graded differently. Before talking legacy, let's talk receipts. The Team Tailor-Made Invitational at StreamSong, per AGA.org. Charlie Woods went 15 under across 3 rounds, 70, 65, 66. That's not noise. That's a progression curve that doesn't blink under Sunday pressure. And this wasn't a soft field sugar high. The Invitational draws elite juniors, the kind that expose pretenders fast. To post sustained red numbers over 54 holes at that level signals one thing: control, not coincidence. Add the quiet detail that scouts care about most. He closed with a 66. That's how you separate hype from heritage. And this is where you start to see Charlie Woods differently. Not just as a name, but as a player who accelerates when the oxygen thins. Pin that to your mental leaderboard as we close this chapter. Scores travel. Storylines chase. 15 under survives. Course changes. Wind shifts. Tougher pins. All of it tests reality far better than hype ever could. We're not here to build a shrine. We're here to set the table. The question isn't, is he Tiger 2.0? That's lazy nostalgia. The real question is, where does Charlie Woods actually stand right now among elite U.S. juniors? We'll answer that with verified data. Not noise. The AA ranking movement, event strength, and consistency patterns, cross-checked with reporting from golf's most credible voices. That we're about to overlay receipts on reputation and strip away the surname gravity to see what truly remains. Keep this exit ramp in sight. By the end of the story, you'll know exactly where Charlie Woods fits, his current tier, his next checkpoints, and whether the needle merely twitched or the entire compass turned. Start with the cold splash. Point 1 week at StreamSong didn't just tweak perception, it detonated it. Charlie Woods' win at the Team Tailor-Made Invitational became the hinge on which his entire junior profile swung, vaulting him 595 places up the AEA Boys ranking and landing him near number 14 in the latest release. That's not a blip. That's a breakout. He did it with a staircase of rounds, 70, 65, 66. A tempo that rose as the room got quieter. That's not vibes. That's verification. And it travels. Remember this inflection point. Once Charlie Woods upgrades both resume and ranking in the same breath, narratives stop chasing him. They start following him. Now validate the claim, not the myth. The AGA recap confirms the totals, confirms the week's shape, and the leaderboard confirms the caliber of competition. Charlie Woods didn't pad stats against a soft field. He'd beat national names, college-bound ball strikers who already carry Division I commitments. When Charlie Woods closes with a 66 into the headwinds of expectation, that's not noise. That's signal. And the tape doesn't lie. Add the evaluator's footnote. 3 consecutive underpar cards, escalating aggression, 0 late bleed. That's a performance that ages well under film review. Tag this with a different hook. He primary source removes the romance. It's not Tiger's aura, that it's Charlie Woods's. Strokes gained on a scoreboard that didn't blink. That'll lance the ledger. Because hype without friction is fiction. At 9 at the Junior PGA is a real result. Strong enough to matter, short of inevitable. It also meant Charlie narrowly missed an automatic U.S. Junior Ryder Cup berth. This is where projection gets honest, the gap between a signature win and the drumbeat of weekly contention. And Charlie Woods has been sprinting in the fast lane since those first PNC strolls beside Tiger, Pro-Am ranges, inside the ropes timing, media lines. That's experience most juniors won't see for years. Call it inoculation against panic, because cameras don't hold putts. Routines do. The father-son stage taught Charlie cadence, pace, and the emotional math of Sunday crowds long before ranking points entered the chat. It didn't hand him birdies. It handed him reps under pressure. Park this thought as we exit. When pressure feels familiar, decisions get faster, and fast decisions save strokes. When the tee sheet tightens, now the reality check. Charlie Woods is a 16-year-old amateur at the Benjamin School, building a steady junior slate. Not barnstorming mini-tours, we're grading a junior resume. Event choice, trend lines, learning rate, not pro cash lists, schoolwork, team obligations, and age-restricted fields. Cap volume, which means every start carries diagnostic weight. Scarcity sharpens the read. Fewer tournaments mean clearer patterns, less room for mirages. The markers we track are simple and ruthless. Cut speed on tough setups. Closing splits on Sundays. Bounce back rate after mistakes. Pin this to the corkboard as we exit. Consistency isn't built with podiums alone. It's built with how quiet the bogeys become. Let's drop the romance and keep the rigor. Stream song confirmed the ceiling. Mixed results elsewhere confirm the floor is still being poured. That duality is normal at 16, and it's where the real work lives. Turning can win into threat every week. The Monaco voice applies here. We're not selling a myth. We're auditing a trajectory. PNC weekends built fluency and chaos management. The next exam? Translatable shot making when the surname by zero bounces, and the group ahead refuses to leak at SO. Here's the verdict. Precise, not polite. Charlie Woods' ceiling flashes championship light, but the floor still cracks on windy afternoons. Lead with the on-course tell. A staircase that climbs as the air gets thin. Stream song read 70, 65, 66. The kind of progression that doesn't happen by accident at AGA level. The opener set the table. The middle round sharpened the knives, and the closer did. The carving a final round 66 under invitational pressure. That's Charlie Woods' fingerprint, not a tourist selfie. AGA.org's recap frames the rounds, the venue, the company. When the last card is the low card, evaluators stop guessing about temperament and start penciling in a trait. Charlie accelerates late, and acceleration under stress is a currency that spends anywhere juniors gather. Now, map signal to scale that a single trophy makes a headline, but the ranking reaction is the real story. The post-stream song leap, roughly 600 spots into the AGA boys top tier, measures Charlie Woods' value against the field, not just viral noise. Golf's reporting pairs that surge with context. Who was in the room, who he beat, and how. AGA.org supplies the receipts, confirming the names on the leaderboard and the weight of the win. Because competitiveness today isn't about highlight clips. It's about surviving elite fields without a babysitter. And when scores compress, that's where pretenders split. The combination of a closing 66 and a ranking surge says this plainly. Charlie Woods is competitive against the best juniors now, not eventually. And that matters because evaluators don't grade surnames. They grade patterns that repeat across travel, weather, setups, and pressure cycles. Balance the blade before you swing it. The Junior PGA T9 finish is the honest counterweight. Charlie Woods is rising in contention frequency, but conversion remains inconsistent across venues. That's age-appropriate. IT outlines the next reps. Learning to win is a skill, not a mood, and the gap between in it and own it is measured in disciplined decisions. Per round, parting toggle. If stream song is proof of Charlie Woods' closing stock, then the Junior PGA is proof of how much room the blueprint still has to build.